As it relates to Kyle Kuzma, I think if you're Rob Pelinka, you really have to start. What kind of trade asset is he right now with the way he's performing? Can you get value in return for somebody like Kyle Kuzma? Because he was supposed to be the guy. Dennis Schroeder and AD, not knowing what that situation is going to be with AD long term, you have to start looking to, can I get value in return for Kyle Kuzma? I'm with you, Eli. That sounds right.
I think, Jay, in terms of Kuz, we've been saying this pretty much since after his rookie year. What is this guy? What is he about? Like, is he going to take the next step? And then he continues to give you, we figured, okay, we put him in the second unit. He could be the guy in the second unit. Well, is he a starter? Is he a second unit guy? Is he, okay, comes off the bench. Okay, he's on the floor because he's a scorer. And then all of a sudden we're like, well, he's not really. We need to not re-sign him. Then we re-sign him, but we don't re-sign him for NBA real money. Like he gets signed.
He gets money, but not
NBA money. So then you go, okay, they're not paying him a lot. We may be able to, but he's not giving us anything. Now it's like, oh, come on, Kuz, man. Because there was a time where people in Los Angeles, in the Laker fan base, felt like he was more caught up in dyeing his hair blonde and doing commercials and runway shoots and all of that and trying to date famously instead of his basketball craft. And now look at him.
Let me bring and this is exactly the thing too, Key. There's no Anthony Davis. There's no Dennis Schroeder. Be the guy. You have to be the guy now. You have to be you can't have 5 points, 2 of 7 on the road. Now, some games he stepped up, like 23 versus Miami. I hear that. But there's still a loss. Like, this is a chance for Kuz to show that he is worth the value that they gave him. But he's not doing that, man. They're going to have to start looking for other assets.
I really thought he was on his way to becoming. I thought it, for some reason, I thought it was going to turn for him. But it just hasn't. It hasn't.
Here are the numbers to back it up because, as you know, I'm the numbers guy. So here's the thing. You put together Anthony Davis and Dennis Schroeder, okay, you're missing 36.7 points per game. So if I'm a Laker fan, I'm like, okay, that's a big hole. Okay, those guys together, AD's about 25 points per game, and then Schroeder's at like 13. You're talking about 37 points a game you're missing in your lineup that you expect to have back at some point. Here's the thing with Kuz, to back up your point, and I know, Key, you follow the Lakers far more closely than I do, but there was definitely...
That's your fault, though.
You get those early starts on the West Coast. No.
Zubin's focused on the Nuggets. You know where this is.
I was just about to say that, Jay. That's what you...
He's a Jokic fan.
That's what you get for caring about the Nuggets more than you do the Lakers.
Another team like the Jazz, desperately in search of their first NBA championship. But I would tell you this about Kuz, right? When Kuz was at his apex, which came, obviously, as Keith said, a little bit too early, people said like he could be the number 3. Right? Whatever it's going to be. We'll get LeBron. We'll get a legit 2, which turned out to be Davis. And then he'll be the number 3. Right now, fellas, and I know it's not all the numbers, but that's what I look at. He's the Lakers' 5th leading scorer. Harrell is scoring more points than he is. So that's a real concern as well. Obviously, he's not getting the shots he was getting. You
think about it, though, Jay, because you followed the NBA closer than Zubin.
Indeed.
Yes, I do it for a living.
When they came out in that draft, people was questioning whether or not, as time went on, Kuz in the 20s, Zoe at 2. Mm-hmm. Which one was better, right? I mean, it was like, and New Orleans wanted Kuz in the trade, and they were like, no. Rob Pelinka, Magic, the first time around, said no. Right. The second time around, Rob said no. And they kept Kuz because they just...
How valued was he? Right?
Exactly.
Think about that.
Well, he has the talent, though. I mean, when you watch him now, you watch him in workouts, he has the skill set. You're just wondering about the mindset. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.